Hey, brother.
Hey, how you doing?
I apologize. I kind of overheard a little bit. So I work with the press, and I like to find bad cops. Was did a cop pull you over like wrongfully? Is that
Well, I feel that what he did was kind of not the way it's supposed to go.
yeah? The
I
whole
mean,
no insurance thing is not a lawful reason to pull you over.
Yeah,
He has to pull you over for another reason first.
he pulled me. Well, he followed me since I started driving on Benton Parkway. I was coming from work from Sheridan,
Okay.
and it was around 9 o'clock at night. And I was driving because I live with my in-laws in Bryant, so I was going that way. So I drove from Benton Parkway. He followed me, and all the way to between Benton Bryant area, getting to I-30.
To the end of his
Yeah,
jurisdiction.
there is a Sakura or a it's a subway or a Sakura a parking spot that
Oh.
I pulled in.
Okay.
And I asked him, I said, why you pulled me over? And he's like, well, I ran your tax and he's showing no insurance.
So he can't even just run your tags just because he wants to. He needs a reason to run your tags in the first place. So
Because I was asking for
Yeah.
actual reason.
Did
for
you
it.
have insurance? Or you?
No, to be honest, it didn't have insurance.
What were you within your 30 days of having the vehicle?
Yeah, I purchased the vehicle from somebody, and he told me that everything was cool for me to drive it because I was trying to recoup from spending the money on
Right.
the vehicle.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. He
but-
definitely wrongfully pulled you over.
and I was like, yeah, it was a Latino guy. It was like a shorty dude. I don't know his.
You don't know his name?
I think it was
Was it Benton PD or was it a sheriff?
Benton.
Oh, it was PD.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he just went to my window and I asked him because I always put my hands on the
Right. Just to make sure.
yeah, just because I don't want no problem.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, can I see at least your driver license? So I give him my stuff. He went back and he said, well, you're gonna get can you step out of the car? That's what he told me. And I said, sure. So I stepped out of my car and I shut the door, and then out of the sudden there is another cop car coming and putting blue gloves and everything. And they
searched your
themselves
car?
like they were home. Yeah. He opened the door and I said, hey, what are you doing?
Whoa, did you give him permission to search your car?
No.
Really?
I said, because I knew that.
Oh, dude.
And I told him, hey, you can't be doing that, man.
You have to give them consent to search your vehicle.
I did told him, I haven't told you. And he's like, we're just checking that your things are okay. I'm like,
Didn't
my
work
things
that
are
way.
okay. They're in my belongings, so they're okay. And he's like, I just need to take a look. And he found a gun that I had there, but I carried that one because I was a subcontractor, and
You aren't a felon or anything?
no.
Okay, so you can have that gun.
And I was like,
You're allowed to have it. Yeah.
I had no. That's the first felony that they are putting it now, and I lost a lot of jobs because of what they did.
They're giving you a felony for having that?
Well, it's already appearing on my thingy.
Did you go to court over it?
That's what I'm fixing to go.
So you haven't even gone to court over it? Why? What's the charge, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, they put carrying a weapon, like my gun.
You're allowed to.
I said.
It wasn't like a
It was
full
a
automatic, or it
It was
wasn't
a 9mm.
just a 9mm? Was it loaded?
There was like 6 shots on one, and that's it. I mean,
This is a constitutional carry state.
But it wasn't even in.
Oh, wasn't in?
No,
Oh.
I had the thing.
Dude, you're getting screwed over.
And I just told him, I said, what's going on? And then my helper, because I do remodelings, I remodel houses.
Yeah.
My helper had a backpack. Like I said, I can check on my employees every day before they jump into my truck,
Right.
He said, well, we found this, and he found a little pipe with whatever. I said, but that's on his belongings.
That was his person.
And then
Yeah.
he's like, but this is your car.
No, it doesn't work that way.
He's like, no, man. You're getting it wrong. And he's like, no. Because I'm like, So I just tried. He like, is there something you like to say? And he read my rights and whatever. And I'm like, man, you're treating me like if I had blocks of drugs in my truck
Right.
and bunch of guns. I mean, I'm telling you, that is my gun. Yes, but I carry it because when they call me to come and look at a job, I don't know who's
Yeah,
calling me.
it's smart.
It's just out of protection, man. And I never walk into my customers' houses with gun. I'll leave my
Right.
gun in my truck.
It's a constitutional carry state. You're
And I
allowed to
said-
have a gun.
And I said, so I really don't know what is this all about. I mean, whatever you found was found on that backpack. That's his backpack. My backpack is behind my driver's seat. I was just coming from work, and I explained it to you. I'm not even under the influence or nothing. I'm just coming from work, man.
So you got possession. What about the guy that actually had it in his backpack?
Yeah, he's still in jail.
So he got possession and you got possession?
I didn't have none.
Well, I mean, you got charged with it though.
I got charged with. That's what I'm fighting.
So you both got charged with this, with the thing
With the
that he
same-
had.
Yeah.
Yes, if
He
they
never
don't-
found
if one
nothing on me
person
or my
does it,
wallet because he went through my
it's
wallet and put everything apart. And I'm
not
like,
saying
why
no
you're
problem.
charging
Right.
me for that? And
Which,
he's-
if it's in the floorboard, that's understandable. I've heard of that happening. But if it's in your back,
No,
if I
it
find
wasn't-
it,
they-
well, no, I'm just saying. For example, if it was in the floorboard, I could see him doing that. But it wasn't. It was in his backpack. So that's screwed over.
And when they searched him, they found a pipe on him or whatever. But like I said, they did blood things, you know, and they're gonna see that I'm not into stuff like that, you know. I said I don't even smoke cigarettes. you know. Lady. So I moved to Texas to work up there. Of course, I don't know anybody. Just knew one guy that let me stay at his house, and I took on these jobs up there. But then one of my old customers from here called me, like, "Hey, actually, her name is Cindy. She's from Sherwood. I mean Sheridan." And she called me. She's like, "Hey, Bernardo, my son is looking for a new house. You think you can paint it for him? You know, we need new floors and stuff like that." I said, "Of course. You know, that's money, and I was needing it." So I drove from Longview, Texas, to here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but my plates were still from here because
Oh,
I
right.
just been there for a month and a half or so. So I went to Sheridan, look at the house, and we agree on the price. They let me have the down payment because they were regulars. They were my customers, but I needed a helper. I needed somebody to help me, you know. So I asked my friend. I said, "Hey, you know anybody that wants to work?" And then he's like, "Let me check." But then they brought me this guy, you know, and I said, "Hey man, this is what I do, you know. You wanna work, wanna make a little money? I'll pay you, man." He's like, "Okay." So I even advanced him a little money, and I said, "Let's go. We're gonna go there." I already got the hotels. I even had the receipt of the hotel and everything. A Super 8 in Bryant. I didn't know this dude was carrying a little bit
All right.
baggy of thing.
Dude,
I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't think.
You
they
can't
had
check every employee, and then
because I was in need of help. So
name one time anyone's ever told you to empty your pockets before you got in their truck.
Never.
Exactly.
And
So
that's
why
what-
would
that's what I was
you?
trying to explain to this
So
officer.
regardless of that, that wasn't your possession. That's nothing. So the main thing that we need to do is get the dash cam and the body cam footage from that officer.
Exactly. And
Now I can FOIA request it. I can get it, but I can't get it until after the court date. So, but you can get it. Your lawyer can get it.
Yeah, because you can see like when he approached.
So
I
that's
was
what we
with my hands,
need.
And then he told me to get out the car. So I got out the car, and when he told me, "Hey, can you come this way?" and he pulled me away from my car. So I just kind of shut the door because I knew that they would do that.
Did they ever ask you permission?
No.
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 And then when you said no, I
said-
don't want you in there, they still did.
No, because what he did, he was like doing his interrogation here, like, where were you coming from? Why at this hour? I said, "Man, because they are moving in quick, and I need to finish this house, so I'm pushing it, you know." And he's like, you know, just like kind of staring at me. I'm like, "I'm being honest, man," and he's like, and then out of the sudden is when I told you the other cop in a it's like a Charger.
He pulls up.
He pulls up, and he was already like walking and putting his blue
Oh,
gloves.
absolutely.
And then I don't know what they kind of sign language. You know,
Right.
and the other guy went straight to my truck and went, and start searching for the stuff.
And they do
Hey,
this every day.
He's got a gun. And I'm like, yeah, that's my gun, man. I told him, because that's mine. I mean, and then he's
You
like,
aren't lying.
then he's like,
Yeah.
why do you have a gun? Because I remodel
No.
houses, and you never know when someone calls you.
Well, I
you
go-
never know if that person on the other side of the phone is being
Yeah.
honest.
Exactly.
Well, that's the whole reason it's a constitutional carry state, is because you have the right to defend yourself.
And I started
Doesn't
doing it
matter,
because
dude.
of-
So no matter what, and I know it's weird and awkward, like it was for me when I first started doing it, but doesn't matter. Even if you don't hold it up to his face, put your phone on record and put it on the dash and leave it, because it'll save your
Hey,
ass.
but they know, because they will take you away from your car.
Well, put your phone in your pocket,
Yeah.
and actually you have a First Amendment right to record police. You can hold it right in front of their face the entire time, and they cannot stop you. And if they do
I
stop you,
want to try
they're,
to avoid this for them to
yeah.
put me down, and
Right,
you know.
And I know you're just trying to be normal at first, but,
Exactly.
and how do you know?
They cross the line. I was like,
But get a dash cam too. Get a
Yeah.
dash cam. You pled not guilty to this,
pled
right?
not guilty.
Thank you. Give me another fist bump. Thank you.
Absolutely. Fist bump me
Yeah.
too.
hey,
Fist bump.
Yeah, it's all
and
around.
if I'm just the type of guy, if I know I messed up,
All right.
I'm
No,
apologize, and I'm gonna tell you it was my fault.
You
Just
seem
the way-
genuine.
Just the way I told him when he pulled the gun, yes sir, that's mine. You know,
Exactly. I mean, you had nothing to hide.
why would I? You know, I mean, they're making it to the point where you have to be fearing them. You know.
All right. So we are here. This is the Benton Municipal Complex. The Benton PD is around back. I just asked this guy if I could talk to the chief or the assistant chief, and he's gonna go see if he can get somebody for me. I'm here to question them about, I wanna see if the chief knows that his officers are searching people without consent, and without probable cause, and what he has to say about it. Yeah. Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, there should be somebody at the window.
Oh, okay. Hey, how's it going? I'm Justin.
Justin, I'm Jeff.
Are you the chief?
Assistant.
Assistant chief? I got you. I was emailing Scotty last night, so I wasn't sure.
Okay.
I didn't have a face, but anyways, I just had a question. Do you have like 2 minutes where you can sit down and talk to me for like 2 minutes? I appreciate you. So I don't know if you know what I'm doing.
No.
I mean,
sorry.
I don't know. Are you aware of First Amendment auditors?
Aware of a person in the auditor?
First Amendment auditor.
First Amendment?
That's in part what I do.
I don't know.
I'm mainly a journalist, but one of the things I do is I go around and make sure that our public employees, whether it's police, the mayor, you name it, isn't breaking the law and isn't violating people's rights. I have a channel called The Random Patriot. It's somewhat big. I did a story here last Christmas, actually. It was pretty good. It was the courthouse. It wasn't the Benton PD. But anyways, what I'm here for is, so I was actually just in the courthouse. I met a guy in there who was pulled over by, I have his name, I think it's Valdez or Alvarez. I have it on my phone. It's an officer here. And he searched this man's vehicle without consent and without probable cause. And the cop seems to think that he's allowed to just because he's a cop. So my question is that something that you guys do? Are you aware that that's illegal? Are you aware that you need probable cause?
Obviously.
Okay.
Somebody, if that happened, whoever that happened to,
So
come
he's
down here,
still being charged. Well, he has
file a
trial.
complaint, that way we can look into it.
So most people don't even understand they can file a complaint. Most people don't even know their rights. This guy is aware that that there has to be probable cause or consent to search his vehicle, which is why he pled not guilty, because he got charged with having a firearm. It wasn't even loaded. This is a constitutional carry state, right?
Yes.
So would it be
Certain
illegal?
people still can't carry a gun.
Well, he's not a felon or anything. He's illegal.
I don't know that till I
No,
look
I'm
into
telling
it.
you he is.
Okay.
So
Everything you're telling me is what you're telling me?
yeah, no, I'm giving
we
you
want to look into all complaints.
I'm just
but
hold on.
I don't
You're doing the cop
get
thing.
it.
I
No,
apologize.
I'm telling you how
I'm
it
giving you a
works.
specific example, and you're trying to be
Yes.
like, well, in this example,
But
that's
you
not what
want-
I'm talking
here's what you
about.
want me- You're trying to get me to say somebody's guilty of something.
No, I'm
without me
not.
knowing
I'm just
any
asking you
information.
specific questions, brother. I'm just asking.
If-
I'm
if
not.
a cop
Hey,
pulled somebody
I
over,
haven't mentioned any
listen to
names. Let me just finish what I'm saying,
You
dude.
asked me a question.
You didn't let me finish asking.
You just did. Then you said
All
I'm
right.
pulling the cop thing. If a cop pulls somebody over they don't have probable cause, and they don't have consent, they can't search.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So
Obviously. We know that.
so this officer, he didn't have probable cause or consent. He pulled him over because he said that his tags. Once I read your tags said you don't have insurance. So that's not probable cause to search a vehicle. That's why he was
And
pulled
we
over.
need to look into it.
So I'm just here to. Okay. So
I need him to come down here.
awesome. I could probably get him down here. That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not here to attack you, brother. I swear I'm not. I've just
Just been baited into people wanting me to say things.
that's why
Let's just have an honest conversation
I
without
swear.
you trying to be, I would need you to say this.
No, that's not what I'm doing. And that's why I was completely honest with what I'm doing and who I am. You know, I'm not trying to pretend I'm someone else or anything like that. I'm literally, this is what I do. I'm telling you, and I'm not looking for in general. All I was trying to say was he is a legal citizen. He is not a felon.
If he got wrong,
He's
I need to know about
he's
it.
a resident here, and he had a gun. Who cares? It's a constitutional carry state. It wasn't
know about
loaded. He told the cop it was his. There was no weirdness at all. But then the initial cop pulls him away from the car, and then the other cop that shows up, and I do have their names, and I will make sure that you get them. He pulls up and immediately puts his gloves on and starts searching the guy's car. And the guy says, "What are you doing? You can't search my car." And he says, "Screw you! I'm searching it." You know that. So
Yeah.
now, and I have everything. I have everything.
Like,
And I'll
where did this happen? When did it happen?
I have it. I'll
Is
give it
that
to you
what
here in a
he's telling
second.
you?
So
'Cause we'll look into it.
I just want to
anyway.
ask, and I'm not saying names or anything. That's why I haven't said any names yet. If I have a gun in my car and I'm pulled over for no insurance, I shouldn't be going to jail, right?
If you have a gun in your car
Right.
and you're not a felon,
Right. I'm completely legal to have it. There's no reason I can't have it.
and it's not concealed,
Right.
because that law's just really weird to me.
I
If you
mean,
want to conceal it, you have to have a concealed carry.
It's open
But if you want
carry.
to carry in the open, then you can carry.
you
in the
technically
open.
don't even
It's
have
just
to. You technically
just
don't.
odd.
You technically.
odd to me.
I've seen the argument, but I'm pretty positive you technically don't even have to have a license to conceal carry. But regardless of that,
Yeah.
that's like walking down the street and it's a little different. This is just in his car, so it could be in his glove box. You can't call it concealed because it's in my glove box or it's in my center console. That's just where I carry it. So now I'm going to jail because I put it in my console.
Let me go get some pad. As a matter of fact, if you don't mind, I'd like to get the captain in here.
Perfect.
That
Yeah.
way he can write all that down, get it entered in the system. We can start looking into it even without the guy
Yeah.
coming up here.
He pled not guilty.
If you know his name, at least his name, that way we can search.
Yeah. So he's a contractor. So I'm not going to leave.
You know his name, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to leave anything out, so I'm going to add this in. He's a contractor, okay? So he was on his way to a job. He had a car full of employees. Everyone got searched. One of his employees in his backpack had one of those like weed pens or whatever,
Oh, what pen?
like a marijuana pen. You know, like
I don't know what that is.
it's I don't know. It's pretty much he might as well have got caught with some weed, regardless. Okay, so that was one of his employees. It was found in his bag. Everyone in the car got charged because the guy whose backpack it was in didn't want to say it was his. Now this is not the guy I'm talking about. That guy's still in jail. I'm not here for that guy. I'm here for the guy that is being charged with having a gun and possession because one of his employees had some in his backpack. It was a small amount, whatever it was. I'm not here to fight for that guy.
Hang tight.
Okay, so I still want to leave that out.
Okay.
Can I get contact information for you and so that I can get this entered and we can start looking into this?
Yeah, the random patriot at Gmail. It's just exactly how. Yeah. He's got a court date on Monday. He's already pled not guilty, but I don't know. They do it weird up here where there's a bunch of court dates in between, some kind of review process. That's Monday, and then they haven't set a day for his trial yet.
So, do you have any other contact information where I can reach your?
I'll just start with that. My name's Justin.
Okay. Phone number, or anything, or nothing else? Easier way to contact you if you have questions or need to follow up, or?
Just reach out to my email and then I can give you a call.
Okay. Okay, I've got it all.
Yeah, and
So-
yeah. So what do you plan? Can I ask you, like, what are your intentions with this information?
We take and we enter it into our system and we do an investigation on it, so.
You're gonna investigate it? Okay. So there was a, if you don't mind, I'm just making a note that there was a second officer there. I don't have his name, but I don't know. But you have the incident number, the second officer is technically the one that searched his car.
Okay.
But they're both in on it. And my main concern why I came down here, you know, I'm glad I did get to tell that story to you, but my main concern was just to make sure that this wasn't something that the Benton PD thinks that they can do, is just search cars because they want to.
Okay.
Would you have a comment on that?
No, except that this will be looked into. So,
Do you believe that you can search someone just because they don't have insurance?
I'd be speculating at this point because I don't have all the information yet.
No, I'm not talking about that specific thing, just in general.
I'm not going to go into speculation.
I'm just asking you a specific question.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go into
Okay,
speculation.
it's not even speculation. Am I subject to search if I don't have insurance? That is a question of the law, and you need to know how to uphold it.
Well, no, I know.
Your assistant chief answered it just fine. Just answer it, brother.
I know how to answer it, so.
So answer it.
If we're finished, we're finished, so.
Why can't you see why are cops like that? Why can't you just be a real person and be like, no, of course not.
Okay.
Just be a real dude, man. Your assistant chief was a real dude.
I told you I was going to.
He
look
was
into
real.
this,
Why are you
so
fake?
I'm going to handle this. So.
I hate when cops are like that, dude. It's stupid.
Thank you.
Just be like, yeah, of course not. That'd be against the Fourth Amendment.
Okay.
That's what you're supposed to
Have
say.
a good day.
Russell. I need to make a FOIA request. A FOIA request, please. I need a full roster of all your officers and their assigned vehicles. And you can send it to that email. And I would like to request the dash and body cam of that officer, but I don't. Would you give it to me even though that it's an open case?
That's something that I'll get to our FOIA and get back
Okay.
to the full roster of officers and what else?
Of all your officers and their assigned vehicles. I'm sure you got unit numbers or something.
Okay.
And then, yeah, if you'll give it to me, I know it's kind of weird if it's an open case, but whoops, I would like the dash and body cam of both the officers in reference to that incident number that we just talked about. So I just got an email from Russell, the captain, saying that he just found out some additional information that I might not be aware of when it comes to this case that we were just talking about. So I tried to hurry back here to see if I could talk to him about it.
Hey, I'm back here. Sorry.
Hey.
Got something going on back here.
Oh, what'd you
Hey,
find out?
Okay, so I looked it up, and looking at that report, the information you told me did not appear to be accurate.
What? Yeah.
He was pulled over, and he actually got out of the vehicle on his own because he was looking for his title of his vehicle, and the officer ran his license, and he had a failure to appear ×6 out of Little Rock, and they wanted him brought in.
He didn't tell me none of that.
No, they wanted him brought in, and he was driving on suspended license.
He said he had a valid. I asked him that
And
specifically.
there's more.
Okay.
And he also showed to have a white crystalline type product that we suspected methamphetamine, and also a
Really?
pen with residue in it of suspected methamphetamine.
So he definitely changed the story on me a little bit. Okay.
So that's what I wanted.
That
you
makes
to
it
know.
a little different. Makes it a
That's
little
what I
different.
wanted you to know. And the gun was loaded and was in the center console
And
next to him.
and he specifically, I asked him that. These are all questions I asked him because I didn't want to. Okay. Well, that settles that. I appreciate you.
I just wanted you to know.
No, I did-
I've just started looking into it, but that's what I found from the report, and I started watching a few minutes of the video, and so that's what I found.
If the video confirms that report, then yeah, I mean, he is lying to everybody. And
It does. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand if you still want that, and we'll work on that.
I
next
would
week.
like to see it, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll work on getting that to you next week.
Hello. Hey, Officer Ballard, Ben, Police. Reason I pulled you over, your vehicle's not showing to have insurance. ¿Sabes español? Sí. Bueno, la razón por la que lo paré es su vehículo no enseña que no tiene aseguranza. Ah, ok. ¿Tiene licencia de registración? Ya sé. ¿A dónde? Ah, ok. ¿No tienes la registración para el vehículo? Sí, pues.
Es que remodelamos casas, mira, ahí echamos todo.
Ah.
Y llegó el don y dice, hey, dice, es que hoy me voy a quedar con mi ley aquí. Le digo, creí que nos habías dicho. Mira, ahí traigo todo mi...
Ah, ok.
Y le digo, pues es que no rentamos hotel ni nada, le digo.
¿Se la acaba de comprar a él?
No tiene mucho, pues que yo me fui para Texas.
Ajá. $51 on 1051 by number. He's suspended. The passenger doesn't have, he's illegal. So he ain't got no DL. He literally came to a complete stop at every yield on the roundabouts. I was like, all right. And then he didn't want to pass me there for a minute. And I was like, let me see what's up. Thought I was going to have me a code 2 driver, but I think he's just, they were in Sheridan doing Sheridan? Yeah, they were going to stay in Sheridan because they got off work and they were going to stay there. But then the boss's lady showed up, so he's like, I'm going to need the house to myself, so y'all got to go.
I guess we're waiting on Little Rock.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know what my driver's license suspended. It's probably this FTA times 6.
For driving on suspended.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know Little Rock ain't finna come get him, or they're gonna be like,
At the Roadrunner.
I doubt it. I feel like every time we get somebody with a warrant out of Little Rock, they're like, just have them come over here. Or they're like, meet me over here so we can give them a court date. No.
Then we gotta tow the car and for them to say, here's your court date, go back to your vehicle.
Yeah, we're not doing all that. I'm not doing all that.
You might want to get that spare tire replaced before you use it.
Mm-hmm.
The driver ought to have cracked and blown out on the side.
He just got it. He got it on. Oh, I guess he didn't just get it. He got it in November of last year. Should I get a haircut like him? Should I get a haircut like him?
Oh, yeah.
It is in regulations, right?
Yeah. It's nothing like obscene or it's nothing crazy. It's just like a fade. Dang, how long does it take? Hey, if they want him, you're going to have to tow the car. Where's the passenger going to go? Put his Lamborghinis in drive and start walking?
it's gonna be some shit if they do want them. Because I'm telling you, I've yet to see anybody drive over Little Rock
Yeah.
on something.
I've met Little Rock to pick up one of ours,
Yeah.
but never take one of theirs.
Mm-mm.
Because like you said, they're always wanting us to meet so they can give them a court date and cut them loose.
Yeah.
Morning, John. Little Rock, they want to meet at the river.
10-4. They are gonna take them into custody, correct?
Same route, sir.
10-4, thank you.
They say they want them.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I say. I was like, confirm that they're gonna take them into custody. Okay. Sí, su compañero dónde vive? Vive ahí con usted, ¿verdad?
En Texas.
¿En Texas?
Sí.
¿No viven aquí ustedes para nada?
No, es que yo me estoy divorciando de mi esposa.
Ajá. ¿Usted no tiene ninguna arma, navajas en sus bolsillos? No busquen su bolsillo. No tiene nada, ¿verdad? Okay. Lo voy a checar rapidito. Voltea para allá. Okay. Ahora sus pies.
Hey, can he drive it to the pilot, man? He doesn't stay there.
He doesn't have a driver's license. We can't let him drive.
Oh, man, I don't have nothing. I just,
Okay,
my wife goes at work.
I still gotta check it, man.
I came to get dinner and we was on our way back.
Okay.
These are not.
Yeah, they're not made for comfort. ¿Lista, Pama? ¿Sí puede ser? Sí. No trae nada, ¿verdad? No trae alguna arma, navajas, nada. ¿Se puede voltear? Separen los pies. Más. Más le voy a checar rapidito, ¿ok? Sí, se puede tenga su cartera. Nomás parecía al frente de mi vehículo, por favor. I'm gonna have to call somebody to come pick him up. Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah.
So, what's gonna happen to my truck? They're gonna tow it?
I'm gonna have to tow it, yeah.
What is it?
Just tell him right there at the water river. If he picks him up over there, we're not gonna bother him.
Dice
If he
que-
can just pick him up and that. So
Que,
he can,
que
so he
nomás
can
llegue
go.
al Whataburger, lo levante y se lo lleve, porque pues él aquí él no conoce a nadie, él vino a trabajar conmigo, a remodelar la casa de Sheridan. Pues me van a llevar en Little Rock.
Pon tu mano atrás. Ahorita nomás tú vas a estar detenido, ¿ok?
There's a bag of meth in the center console.
Let me see your cuffs.
Go secure that bag of meth and that
Okay.
pistol real quick.
Where you want it?
Haven't unloaded it just yet.
Future Zilling, Common 1.
You just want this in your seat?
Yeah.
MENT and PD2.
Center console?
Yeah, they were right there together.
Yep.
This was in the little cubby, the top part in the tray, and then the pistol was down there underneath it.
Valid, term insurance, silver, underneath, silver on.
5102. Would you let Little Rock know to stand by? We may have felony charges. Alright, man. I got some questions, but I'm gonna read your rights, okay? Alright, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney and to have an attorney present during any questioning. You don't want to answer any questions right now? No? Okay. Now I gotta see about translating this in Spanish for him. Okay. Tengo unas preguntas, pero antes que te la hagas te voy a leer esto, ¿ok? Te la voy a leer en inglés y luego te la voy a explicar en español. You look in this bag yet?
No, I hadn't looked in that one yet. Yeah, when I opened the center console, or whenever I looked in there, I saw a bullet sitting on top, and I was like, huh. And
Okay.
then I opened that thing, and sure enough, the pistol was sitting. That's probably his.
This is probably that kid's.
Yeah, that's
This
what
was
I
in
was
this.
thinking. Hey, Valdez. Valdez. There's a pistol in the center console. Yeah. Real quick till we can figure out what we're doing.
Ahorita nomás tú vas a estar detenido, okay?
Oh, there's a bag of meth in the center console.
Let me see your cuffs.
So it looks like Bernardo didn't tell me all the details. So that may be where I screwed up by just taking his word for it. However, I don't think he is guilty of everything that he charged him with, and I'm going to get into that. So off the bat, he's pulled over for no insurance, which I think is a BS reason to pull somebody over, because you're going off your computer and you're hoping it's right. And I've seen many videos of people being pulled over for no insurance, and they do have insurance, and they always did have insurance. It's the computer wrong, so now they're unlawfully pulled over. So I think that's a BS reason. Regardless of that, he's already pulled over now. Turns out he has warrants out of Little Rock. So he's already cuffed, he's in the back of the car. They are waiting on Little Rock PD to come pick him up, and they have to tow his car. I guess they don't have to tow his car, but they're towing his car, which is why they have to do an inventory search to take inventory of what's in it. And this is how they find the gun and the drugs. So they found a gun, big whoop. But they also found a little baggie with some white powder in that same center console. Now, the passenger was left alone in that car for quite some time, more than enough time to put something in that center console. And he is the one who was found to have an alleged meth pipe in his backpack. So it would make sense, especially because Bernardo told me that he had blood work done to prove that he doesn't do drugs. Never mind, he doesn't even smoke cigarettes, never mind meth. So I'll be interested to see how that turns out. I do hope that he's able to prove it's not his and get out of this. I'll be staying on it. I'll have an update. If I find anything out, you'll find it out too. But I do find it suspicious that Bernardo never mentioned that there was a little baggie found in his console. He kind of left that out. He mentioned there was a baggie found, but he acted like he was found with the pipe or on the man, but not in his console. And he definitely didn't mention having warrants. And the officer is in his right to charge both people with that baggie. According to state law, if it's in the car and it's within reach of everyone in the car and nobody claims it, he can charge everybody in the car. But the pipe that I, for some reason, called a weed pen, I don't know why I did that, but that pipe was found in the bag of the passenger, not in the console. So that should only be a charge for the passenger and not for Bernardo. So overall, what do you think? Did I fuck up? Did I jump the gun? I definitely jumped the gun a little bit. I went and pressed the assistant chief about something that I hadn't seen any evidence to. I just kind of took a dude's word for it. I should have definitely waited to see the body cam before I did anything. I tried to be careful about it. I wasn't really there to, stir the pot about this case specifically. I just was wanting to make sure that they didn't think they could search anyone that they wanted to. But that's my bad. That didn't even happen. So that's kind of where I screwed up. They didn't search anyone
just because they wanted to. They searched him because his car was being towed. I still don't think he's guilty. I think that the passenger put that in the console, but I don't think he was illegally searched. I don't think his constitutional rights were violated. I think this is just one of those things where, what are you going to do? He needs to blame his passenger, if anything, not the officers, in my opinion. The officers were actually being kind of cool and trying not to tow his car and trying not, I don't know, they didn't seem like they were out to get him or anything, in my opinion. I do think he was caught in a shitty position. So, am I right all the time? Hell no. Do I try to be honest all the time? Absolutely. Is it a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we ran out of patience for your love with the cold hard hatred.